Hello, my name is John Haroff, and this is the first in a series of videos based on a book that I wrote called A King's Prayer. This is a story about a king who lived a few thousand years ago, but I think you'll find that what he learned is relevant for you today. The main focus of the story is about a city under siege by a very powerful enemy. So to get your mind in the right place, you need to think about a time of kings and castles, the time when the tools of war were swords and spears, and the fastest mode of transportation was a good horse. The people that lived during this time were mostly farmers who depended on land, sunshine, and fresh water. They spent their time working and didn't have the time or energy to defend themselves against enemies. That's where a city's walls came in. If they were threatened, they would take whatever they could carry and move within the city and close the gate. It makes sense that the stronger the walls were, the safer the citizens were. If you can't get in to fight the people in the city, you can cut off the supply of food and water and just wait. While the people inside the walls slowly ran out of food and water, the army outside would feed themselves from the crops and animals left behind. Then, every day the enemy would approach the wall, and, while the citizens listened, they would remind them of how weak they are. They would remind them of all the other nations that were defeated before them, and all the terrible things that they had to experience. The goal was to defeat their spirit without ever needing to physically attack them. As the citizens grew more hungry, scared, and hopeless, they moved closer to opening the gate and giving up without a fight. This is a story about a king who lived a few thousand years ago in a time that's difficult for us to understand. However, his experience really isn't that unique. Hezekiah was under siege by an enemy that was much more powerful than him. He had no way to fight back. He didn't have the resources to defend himself for very long. He had immediate pressures to make decisions that would affect those that he loved. There was no way out. Are you feeling those same fears, pressures, and doubts? What's your siege? Probably not a physical army outside your house, but it may be a very physical experience. Maybe illness, financial pressures, the loss of a job. It may be emotional, uncontrollable fear, self-doubt. Maybe you work hard to keep up a good front while inside you're dying. It could be relational. Maybe your children are rebelling and you can only watch them spin out of control. Or your marriage is falling apart and you don't know what to do. Maybe you feel all alone and wish you had just one friend. Whatever it is, you're under siege. In ways that you may not have considered before, you're experiencing the same thing an ancient king faced. My prayer for you is that you can also experience the same peace, freedom, and victory that he found as he handed his situation to a God who is bigger than anything that we face. A God who is not only strong beyond our understanding, but a God who likes you. God really likes you and wants to hang out with you. God is happy to apply all his resources to bring you through your situation and closer to him. I want you to think about something. We're looking at the story from a safe distance. The people in this story were under siege. They were experiencing the pain and fear and uncertainty in real time, moment by moment, day by day, week by week, year by year. For them, this was very real and in their face. When life is like that, it's hard to get perspective. We have the benefit of studying their life from a distance, kind of like looking at it from outside of time. From here, we can see the whole picture. We can determine truth from lies. We can see what God is up to. We get an inside view of what's about to happen. I want you to think of your own siege in this way. For you, it's immediate. You can't see over the walls that surround you. You don't know what's about to happen to change everything. Will it be today? Will it be tomorrow? Maybe next week? It's hard to tell the truth from the lies that the enemy is telling you. I want you to let yourself believe that God has the same outside perspective on you and your situation. He is right here with you, but he isn't bound by time. He is sitting with you and holding your hand, but he isn't trapped behind the walls. He's feeling the sting of the enemy's lies, but he knows the truth. God is bigger than all of this, and he already has a plan for your victory. And if we learn anything from Hezekiah's story, we know that his plan for you is a good one. And if you can find a way to surrender to his love, you're going to come out of this siege singing songs and better off than you could have ever imagined. In the next video, I'm going to sidestep this story for a minute and take a closer look at who God really is. Even though this series isn't focused on the nature of God, it is a backdrop for everything else that we're going to study. I think you'll find it interesting and maybe even surprising. Until then, may God bless your day and open your eyes to see that one of the main desires of Jesus, the God who runs the entire universe, is to be your friend. If you're interested in buying A King's Prayer, you can find it on Amazon by searching for my name. Please click on the link to subscribe to this channel. This helps you by giving you updates on when I post new videos. Also, share your comments below. I would love to hear from you. Have a great day.